Alright, welcome guys. So this is pretty much the last day of the beta, and I may hop online, but I wanted to just kind of go over basics of Toph that I've learned so far from a beginner perspective. And like I said, I'm just I casually play MK1 games are usually what I enjoy, but I was really excited for this game because I love the show, and yeah, because I love the show, and then it's an awesome, rich. It's a rich, I guess you would say, a rich world that they built, and it just left a good impression. But to have this game now is really awesome because Avatar deserves a really good fighting game, and having the bending is really sweet. I plan to main Toph so far, and I just want to kind of share what I've learned so far with her. So yeah, this is basically just casual level stuff that that I've learned so far. But the button inputs are like, let's see here, we go to command list. So basic attacks, it's overall fairly simple. You have your A, B, and C, which is like your light, medium, heavy. So if you go to the command list, you can obviously switch between the button inputs. So the flow button is that little circle, obviously with the with that icon. So whichever one you prefer. So we can just reference like the flow button is X, and then you got your A, B, and C buttons. But a lot, as you can see, is the little controls. They're not like like Mortal Kombat's like down forward. This is like Street Fighter, like Hadouken stuff. For the inputs, it's it's like the down angle. I don't know what you even want to call it, what the word for that is, but yeah. So if I say down forward, it's the motion forward, and if I say down back, it's down back, typically. But these are all of her moves. So I guess we'll start like with basics. I mean, if you move up, and you can see at the bottom left corner, it's the button. So like A. So I don't know much about frame data. So that's, like I said, this is what differentiates, I guess a pro player or more experienced player versus basic. I just kind of like hit buttons and I'm mashing and just, but a big part of it is understand what you can punish with too. So that's something I learned with MK1. But if the combo connects, it does a full combo. But if it's not connecting, it just doesn't do anything. So you actually have to be like in their face for that A to just hit. So that alone, just that, is 5 hits. So that's a pretty nice. It's simple, right? And then so that's the A attack, and then you have B or triangle. So this is just pressing B, and if I do forward, it's that one. And then C is the heavy attack. This is armored, I believe. So I actually use this typically when I wake up. So just be careful because I think it is punish. I don't know if it's a plus. So that's the thing. But usually you can cancel into the down forward, and it does this armor move here. Now if you armor, so this is the down forward Z, where she armors as a rock. If you do it as armored, it does go through projectiles, which is cool. And then you can obviously mix it up down forward into the combo. So you can see if you can, you can finish off with that too. That's pretty cool. So let's see. So yeah, so those are the basic attacks, and then you have your flow moves. So this is all with the movement system. I haven't played any other character, by the way, so I've just only used Toph, and that's who I plan to use, or any Earthbenders. So this up top, you can see like the blue meters. There's 4, which is 500. That's your flow meter, and basically that will deplete. But I believe I have my settings on to have it infinite. And then you have the little dots, which are like the energy points. Let me see. I think general. I think they go over it. Okay, yeah. So these are all like pretty much the button inputs under the system. So like, see, like this is what I'm talking about, like when you're doing like Hadouken or something. But every button allows you to do some sort of move when you do that down forward to either button. But yeah, you talk about throws too. So I like it simple because if you're throwing and they throw too and your timing's right, you will throw tech pretty much. So it's not like Mortal Kombat where they grab you and you have to, you know, guess, you know, whether it's a forward or back throw. It's just, I could be mistaken. So if I'm wrong on anything about this, please leave a comment. But as far as the throw, if you press and hold it, she does like a really hard, it's called a hard knockdown like that. Or if you just do a regular tap, it's just a regular throw like that. Where you press and hold, you know, hard knockdown. So yeah, let's talk about the more, I guess, more flow moves she has. So this is the forward movement of flow. This is back flow. You actually pull the opponent towards you. And you actually can pull them towards you after you knock them down, like just while they're on the ground, I believe. Like, yeah, like that. So as they're getting up, you can pull them. So let's see. This is well, down attack. We got down A, down B. Oh wow, down C. Okay, actually, I never knew about. Never knew about these. So there's down A, down B, and then down C is armored. So it looks like anything C is a heavy tech is apparently armored. So that's pretty cool. I don't know how many hits, but yeah, okay. So now the flow moves. The flow moves is where everything gets really fun. Obviously, when you hold flow like this and they're attacking you, you automatically, you know, dodge the attacks. But she has different stances. So like, go here and yeah, flow moves. So going into this rooted stance, you get armor with the boulder, but I'm not using him. I'm using the Badgermoles. So these are the three I'm going to show you next. Let's see. Okay, we did those already. So basically stomp. So it's not the stomp. It's not the tech. It's oh, I believe it's under specials actually. But we'll go through these real quick. So the rooted stance, if I hit down, basically down flow, you get that stance and you have to do your input right away. But if you have the boulder, you can hold it for armor. But right now, if I do down flow, and this is B, she does like this armor attack move. So okay, so that's that. And then we got down A. Down A, this just sort of hard move. This actually stops people as they're like charging me. If they get up and they're either, you know, trying to rush towards me, this usually stops them in their tracks. And then down, and then the C, this is where the pillar is. So when you're on the pillar, you can only do these two moves unless you're connecting the hit, and you can throw rocks. So now if you notice, it's a little higher this time. So if I hit down flow and hold circle, the longer you hold onto the pillar, the higher it goes up. So you can just throw rocks, you know, and then you can jump off. But actually jumping is huge. You cannot block in the air, so I think that's a good mechanic because you do take a big risk. And I jump a lot, which is my problem. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so jumping off of this, you should be able to, like, you know, combo off of that. So something like that. So usually while doing this combo, you can end with like a down forward, you know, move. So okay, so those are the different flow stances. So my favorite, what I like using, is called the Badger Sight. So this would be, let's see, special, yeah, Badgermole Sight. I love this move. Is so cool, but it's hard to pull off consistently. But as you can see, it's basically, you know, down, back, A, B, or C. So, you know, you got your light, medium, heavy, A, B, C. So, you know, when you do the Badgermole, you hold it and it hits. Basically, you hold it and it will hit the person automatically if you press and hold it. But you can also manually detonate it. So if I'm doing the down back, and I just press A. So this is down. This is the down back A version. I see I'm manually doing it. So you see how it's closer. Okay, and then if I do B, this is down back B, and I just press it, I'm manually detonating it, you know, in the middle. So like that. And then if I do down back C, which is the heavy, see how fast that is? That's just homing. I didn't manually detonate that one. But if I do that, see, I can detonate it before it hits them as well, because it's based off distance. But it hits them so fast. I don't even, sometimes I can't even like I can't even like, you know, detonate it before it hits them. That's how fast it is. So that's it. Yeah, those are the 3 pillars, and you can hit them like that. And then if you do the tap, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do down back A. And if you do like a tap, I'm trying to do a quick tap. It's just like a ground trip, pretty much. So let me see. See, like that. That's a ground trip. Now the thing I struggle with, like I said, is consistency with the button inputs. You know, I'm still kind of like treating it like you know, Mortal Kombat when I'm doing down back, but it's, I got to do the angles, you know. So let me see if I can do it. Down back. Okay, that's, yeah, that's a quick one. So yeah, so yeah, those are the different, basically the moves that you can do. It's just really getting the timing down and what you're trying to do. Typically, I find myself just doing the, you know, mashing A, and then I'll you know, try to tie one of those in. You know, and then the next step is like, you know, you can actually do the pillar pull and launch opponents, you know, if you want. And that's the hard part. It's like doing a combo like this, and then in the middle of that doing, you know, that. So that's something I'm still practicing. You know, other people have been able to get, you know, higher combos. Like the most I've been able to do is like 9, I think, but it's not consistently. So I still need to practice that. So, but yeah, so let's, man, she got more stuff. Okay, so why I like to use the Badgermoles variant is basically when I hit them with a, once I hit them with this, let me see, we'll go to command list. If I hit them with, yeah, so if I hit them with the pillar, with the Badgermole's claw move, which is the pillars, okay, you can EX it. Let me see, and this one, claw, okay, yeah. So you can see it says, if using Badgermole, a support character, holding the flow button makes Toph cancel the recovery of this move into the A version of the site. So basically, as soon as I hit this move, let me see here. God, I always struggle. I'm going to hold the flow button, and now it's automatically homing on the opponent, and it's hitting them. Like all I'm doing is holding the flow button. That's it. See that? And it does it the entire time. So that is pretty awesome. I love this. But they can anti-air. So if they're really, you know, if they're an aerial character, then they can, you know, obviously stop you. So you are very vulnerable in that spot. But if they stay on the ground, they're going to constantly be getting hit with these. So they're going to have to block, or, you know. But you can get up to 2 hits with this thing if they keep landing on it, and then combo after that. But I haven't been able to pick up off of that. I just kind of, you know, ended with that. So that is pretty sick. That's what I like most about that. But like I said, it's just remember that you are in a more of a vulnerable state when that's happening, especially if someone's really just very aerial. So as far as combating like people who are like really mobile and like flying around a lot, I haven't been able to use, God, that scares me, but if you do the EX of the Badgermole, as you can see, there's a pillar there. So there's that pillar. She can actually move it. So if I do the back flow, you can pull them towards you, and that is pretty cool. And actually, while she's doing backload, it does evade high attacks too. So you can like punish someone pretty quickly if they're like in the middle of you know, doing their attack. But yeah, so let's try it one more time. You know. So yeah, you could do that. But yeah, so I haven't really tried this against someone who's very aerial. But yeah, I can see this being effective if I can, you know, someone's jumping a lot, you can pull that up and see. Another cool thing is, I believe if you EX this, you can use your pillar. You can actually launch them, and you can jump over. So it's kind of an awkward thing here at this point. You know, it's like like creating a wall in between. But I believe you can use the pillars to jump over them if you need to. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's just integrating that into actual like gameplay in real time, on demand, you know. So yeah. Yep. And I think, I mean, that's pretty much it for like the basics and special moves are kind of like the tools at her disposal, and learning how what combos you can do off of, you know, this stance. I don't know, I think the max is maybe something like this, or you have to, you know, it's like a one hit, you have to jump off. So I'm still practicing that, but definitely excited to see what other creators are doing and you know, what kind of combos they're getting. I was watching Honeybee recently. He picked up Toph, and you know, he was able to hit like 12, 15 15 hit combos, which is sick. So I guess the last thing we talk about is her the specials. As you can see, those little bars of meter at the top. The flow meter does build that. And on top of that, so there's like two supers. There's a 4 meter, or I guess, yeah, 4 meter special, which is the down forward. Let me see, command list. Yep. So the Seismic Shockwave. This is probably going to be the most commonly used one because it takes 4 and it gets your damage through. But basically, I'm just going to do a combo and then into the. Oh wait, no, they're all gone. See, I'm using the flow meter. We'll build all that back up. So now let's do the 4. Now, luckily, they do have a button. So if you look at the bottom right corner, there is one button. I believe it's R2, but when you hit it, it does all 3. So all you have to do is do the down forward and then hit that, you know, input, and that will do your super. And so yeah, so that makes it pretty easy. So let's see if we can refill that again. Okay, so yep, so down forward. So now her ultimate is down back, and then, you know, down back in all 3 of those buttons. So it has to connect. If it doesn't connect, it's basically a grab. It's like a throw. So you have to be like absolutely close. I found the best way to hit this is basically if I'm in a flow state and evading moves, like and using that as a counter. But yeah, so this is just what it would look like when it connects. It will do this if it connects at the throw, and that will do big damage. That's like 500. That's a 500 piece right there if that connects. So, and if it doesn't connect, I believe if she just launches the door as a projectile. I don't know how much damage that does, but so let's try that. Let's see. Yeah, it just does 250 if it does not connect. So definitely one of those. It's definitely a high risk move, but it's big damage if it connects. But yeah, so I think I've like I said, I probably had about 6 hours on this game so far during this beta weekend. And just there's so much to learn, man, but it's so fun. I like it, and my thumbs haven't been this sore in a long time. but it's super cool, and just to see what's happening on screen is really awesome too. Let's see. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. Those are just the basics. Oh yeah, energy points. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. And techniques. Yeah. Flow system. Whew. Okay. Well, I think that's all about all I got. So then, yeah, at this point, after I kind of learn all those moves, and then I guess I would lab against each computer character. But the best experience is obviously playing online versus other players. That's when you're gonna get the most experience because you can see what they're doing and reacting, you know, to what they're doing. So which is where it gets really fun. That's what I like about fighting games in general, is just, you know, playing against other players and see what they do with their characters. So yeah, at this point, I would just put it on. I will put the computer on the CPU and then just pretty much play against them, you know. And I can kind of see sort of like the basic idea of the computer's moveset. Here I'm just using the flow where I'm just holding it. You can see you get a lot of hits if they connect. I didn't know this with the Zula's fire, that does take life from you over time, so it really sucks. Very powerful. Oh, okay, so it looks like you can avoid that with flow. But right now I'm just holding A, that's it, ever since that first connection. The flow to evade attacks. And obviously when you're doing flow, you can get throws. Those will that was the flow stance, and B is it. I guess that's one thing I forgot to mention is about defense, is the whole air recovery. Oh, yep, and she's tired. Nice. That happens often, I will say. I'll see if I can nail this super by using. I'm gonna try to get it with the ultimate by nailing the full armor. Let's see here. Oh, I'm out of blood. I'm gonna wait for it to recharge. Alright, let's see if I can get her with this ultimate here. Oh, I don't know if that was close enough. Nope, yeah, it's not close enough. So it has to be like perfect to get that on. ultimate. So she's pretty close. Let's see if this hits. Yep, that connects. So I think that I found this is the best way to connect the ultimate so far. Is through a flow counter, or if you can get them in the middle of, you know, like a combo like that. Yeah, basically while you're in the air to recover, I believe you can hit the left or right buttons to recover. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's all I've been doing is, just, you know, playing with that and practicing, and then going on online, playing against opponents, and just kind of going from there. But that's what I got right now at the basic level, at a beginner's view. So hopefully that helps give you a basic sort of understanding of Toph. And I can't wait for this game to release and play more and get more thumb workout on this game. But very fun, and yeah, so hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you on the next video.